we see ticket prices dropping very fast.
For this All-Star game, they've dropped by 50%.
The WNBA just hit a new low with its All-Star game, and the reason is impossible to ignore.
Last night, the All-Star ticket prices have been cut by quite a lot. The get-in price falling to just $64.
Caitlin Clark was sidelined. Ticket prices nosedived by more than 50% overnight.
This is a hell of a theory because I believe Kathy has a systematic placement for Caitlin Clark to get hurt. She said it last year. They need the drama for clicks.
Fans are boycotting in real time, and the league is left staring at empty seats in a PR disaster.
WNBA All-Star Game tickets and kind of boycott this year All-Star Game. That is because of the refereeing in regards to Caitlin Clark being targeted and pretty much not having a special whistle.
It's a financial, emotional, and reputational meltdown all at once.
The get-in price for the WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis has dropped 48%.
The WNBA just took a brutal $200 hit. And the wildest part? It happened without its biggest star even stepping on the court.
Caitlin Clark getting hurt. Caitlin Clark lose her fan base and lose all the hype. Guess what? The league will sink. And I'm telling you right now, just like these damn ticket prices just did, sinking like the damn Titanic.
The moment Caitlin Clark was ruled out of the All-Star game, ticket prices went into free fall.
Caitlin Clark gets hurt, and guess what? Your demand vanishes because people ain't going to pay up to see these athletes that are ungrateful that their sport's growing.
This wasn't a slow dip. It was a straight plummet.
But obviously, you can see here, people were clearly selling these tickets before Caitlin Clark got injured for $300.
What once sold for $121 was suddenly reselling for $64 or less. On some sites, prices were dropping faster than fans could refresh the page.
Because I believe there's a system set in place by Kathy to allow Caitlin Clark to get attacked.
And this wasn't just some unfortunate side effect of an injury. It was a full reveal of just how much the WNBA leans on Caitlin Clark's star power. One player, one rookie, and the second she was ruled out, the entire All-Star weekend cracked wide open.
They're going to mess around, and they're going to have creators, influencers, etc. This league will end up catching lawsuits from people.
Every ticket platform reflected the fallout. This wasn't random. It was the WNBA's financial foundation unraveling right before our eyes.
Regular sports fans criticize, sometimes harshly so.
And fans didn't hold back. People were straight up saying, I only bought these tickets to see Caitlin. She's out? So am I. And they meant it. Tickets went back on resale, flights got canceled, hotel reservations dropped. The ripple effect hit the city hard. Restaurants lost tables, hotels lost guests. This wasn't just a dip in hype. It was a brutal blow to the entire event's bottom line.
The WNBA is paying attention to these trends, and they're seeing firsthand what Caitlin Clark is worth to this league, especially to the All-Star game.
This wasn't just about some empty seats or unsold tickets. This was a reality check.
Because the referees is not going to call shit on Caitlin or nothing on you for hurting Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising star. She's the foundation the WNBA is standing on right now. And the second she's not on that court, everything starts to shake.
Yeah, I mean, there's a level of physicality that they're able to play with against her. I knew it as an opponent.
Let's talk numbers. A 50% drop in ticket value overnight. That's almost unheard of in professional sports.
Kathy don't give a damn about no referees. Kathy don't give a damn about no Caitlin Clark. This says it all. This says it all.
Meanwhile, All-Star Game tickets were being offloaded for less than what you'd pay to watch a high school playoff game in Texas. Not a joke. Some AAU games were commanding higher prices. And this has nothing to do with hate. It's simple supply and demand. Caitlin drives attention. She sells merch. She boosts views. And most importantly, she fills arenas.
The players in this league, I mean, they're heading into a new CBA to try to get a new CBA, but nobody has told their players, hey, why don't you quit attacking the fans?
Her absence didn't just take the edge off the All-Star game, it ripped the veil off an uncomfortable truth. The league can't keep its momentum without her. Fans noticed, broadcasters noticed, even some players noticed, though they tried to act unfazed. But you could see it in the empty rows. You could feel it in the deflated vibe.
That's the difference between you and a guy on some garbage truck somewhere or some lady that's an accountant in some office.
Without Caitlin, the entire event felt hollow. And let's be honest, This isn't how a professional league is supposed to function. If one rookie sitting out can tank your biggest weekend's value by half, that's not just a red flag. That's a warning siren.
Why don't you quit bad-mouthing the fans? Why don't you quit labeling the fans yada, yada, yada?
This isn't just unfortunate. It's flat out unsustainable. Now the league finds itself in a strange, uncomfortable spot, depending on a player it hasn't fully stood behind. Someone who's carrying the weight of the league, yet doesn't always seem protected or embraced by the very system she's keeping alive. That's where the emotional whiplash hits fans hard. They feel let down, misled, used. They rallied around Caitlyn, and the moment she's out, everything falls apart.
But when it comes to the vendors in the arena, the shops in the arena, they're not going to have the same amount of people patronize their business as they would if Caitlyn Clark was there.
This is what the damn commissioner is doing. This is what Kathy is doing right now.
This wasn't just a stroke of bad luck. It wasn't just unfortunate timing. This was the moment the WNBA's entire marketing and financial structure got exposed. And fans, they're not just disappointed anymore. They're angry, outspoken, reselling tickets, canceling plans, and they're saying the quiet part out loud. No Caitlyn, no interest. That's not hate. It's the harsh truth of the market, and the league has no choice now but to reckon with it. Let's not sugarcoat it. Disappointed fans? That was yesterday's problem. Now they're done. And this isn't just a few angry posts online. This was a full-scale organic boycott. No hashtags needed, no influencers pushing an agenda. People simply closed their wallets. And that silence? It's deafening. Fans were offloading tickets faster than the WNBA's PR team could rewrite the headlines. We're talking $55 plus fees just to get rid of them, like it was a liability, not a seat. And these weren't nosebleeds. We're talking courtside, lower bowl, club level, prime spots dumped like discount sneakers on a Walmart clearance rack. It was a fire sale in real time. Thousands in value evaporated in a matter of hours. And here's the thing. It wasn't just that Clark was out. It was why she was out that flipped the switch. The mood shifted. The conversation changed. People stopped saying, "Oh man, that sucks for Caitlyn," and started asking, why are we even backing a league that won't protect the one player we showed up for? That's not disappointment anymore. That's breakup energy. And it leads us straight into the next storm, the referee controversy. Now, every league has bad calls. We know that. But what's been happening to Caitlyn Clark? That's not just aggressive defense. That's a pattern. Even Stephanie White, the Fever's own head coach, called it out. She didn't scream or rant. She calmly said Clark is facing a different level of physicality. That's coach code for they're roughing her up every night, and the refs are turning a blind eye. And when analysts, broadcasters, and ex-players are all quietly pointing to the same thing, that's not just chatter. That's a smoke signal, and everyone's starting to see the fire. This isn't just sloppy officiating. It's starting to feel like a system, a deliberate one. More and more fans believe Caitlyn Clark isn't getting the superstar whistle on purpose, that the league is turning a blind eye, letting her take hits for the sake of drama. A little shove here, a blindside elbow there. Keep it gritty, keep it viral. But while that might juice a few social clips or stir up Twitter, the cost is real, and it's adding up fast. And just when you think things can't spiral any further, enter the media storm. Alyssa Thomas, WNBA veteran and respected star, takes the mic and says, "Fans say nasty things. Players need protection." Now sure, on the surface, most people agree. No athlete deserves abuse. But that's not what many fans heard. They heard, "Stop criticizing us." They heard, "Don't boo us. Don't question us. Don't hold us accountable." They heard, "Respect us, no matter what." And that's where the disconnect exploded. Because these aren't just trolls online. These are paying fans, loyal supporters, people who booked flights and bought jerseys. And now they're being told to quiet down while the one player they came for gets slammed night after night. That's not protecting players. That's silencing the people keeping the league alive. And yeah, that didn't land well at all. As one fan put it perfectly on Twitter, "You're in the public eye. It's called sports. You don't get to choose applause only." This is professional athletics, not a trust fall exercise at a corporate retreat. Analysts chimed in too, saying what a lot of fans were already thinking. WNBA players seem to want attention without accountability. And let's be real, if an NBA star said the same thing, they'd get clowned immediately. LeBron gets dragged weekly. Steph catches heat just for chewing his mouthguard. That's the nature of the game. Criticism is part of the package when the spotlight's on. But here's where it really gets complicated. A huge chunk of the league's new audience, they're Caitlin Clark fans. The ones buying the jerseys, streaming the games, filling up timelines with highlights. And now, those same fans feel like they're being treated as outsiders, like they're not welcome in the very space they helped grow. And while all this drama is lighting up the internet, you know who got totally lost in the noise? Sabrina Ionescu. And it's a shame, because she showed out during All-Star Weekend. The skills challenge? She was on fire. Calm, confident, draining shots like a Nike ad come to life. But did it trend? Did it spark headlines? Not really, because all the conversation, all the focus was on the absence, on the star who wasn't there, Caitlin Clark. But the biggest missed opportunity, the one that really stings, was Sabrina versus Caitlin. That was supposed to be the moment, the Splash Sisters, the showdown, the WNBA's answer to Steph versus Dame. Two generational shooters lighting it up on the biggest stage. It should have been a classic. But instead, it got delayed. Or worse, it might never happen at all. And why? A cold shoulder, strange tension, and a league that clearly wasn't ready to rise to the moment. This could have been it. A defining highlight for women's basketball. The kind of battle fans replay for years. Instead, we got confusion, controversy, and the haunting sting of what could have been. And that, right there, is the real tragedy. Not just for the league, but for the players, for the fans, for the sport. The WNBA had a golden opportunity to ride this wave, to pull in millions of new eyes, to sell out arenas, and stamp this All-Star Weekend in the history books. Instead, they fumbled. Hard. So let's stop dancing around it. Let's talk about the elephant in the arena. The WNBA isn't just in an awkward phase. It's in a crisis. And that's not being dramatic. You've got a league staring down a possible fan boycott, ticket prices in free fall, star players beefing with the very fans they need to survive, a full-blown PR disaster, and all of this while trying to renegotiate their collective bargaining agreement. You know, the deal that controls everything from pay to travel to season length, the real foundation of the league. And it's all crashing down during what should have been a celebration. Instead, the WNBA walks away from its most embarrassing All-Star Weekend in years, scrambling to clean up the mess. And it wasn't just ticket resellers who took the hit. Local Indiana businesses, restaurants, food trucks, small vendors, had been gearing up for a major All-Star Weekend windfall. Extra staff, stocked kitchens, full shifts. One restaurant manager even said they staffed like it was NBA All-Star Weekend. But what did they get? Crickets, empty tables, quiet merch booths, hotels fielding last-minute cancellations. What was supposed to be a financial boom for the city turned into a bust, a missed moment, economically and emotionally. And yeah, that hits hard. Because here's the truth. A massive part of this new wave of fans, brought in almost entirely by Caitlin Clark, isn't here for a movement. They're not tuning in out of obligation. They're here for the show, for buzzer beaters, rivalries, intensity, trash talk, for the star power and drama they're used to from the NBA, NFL, and March Madness. And if the product doesn't deliver, they leave. Plain and simple. Which brings us to the real question. What kind of league does the WNBA want to be? Is it ready to become a full-on, competitive, high-stakes, mainstream league with all the scrutiny, chaos, and accountability that come with that? Or does it want to stay in this awkward middle ground, too niche to truly explode, but too fragile to scale up? Because right now it can't be both. You can't demand to be taken seriously, then flinch when fans criticize the coaching, point out questionable officiating, or demand that your brightest star get the protection she deserves. The WNBA just had a golden opportunity, a weekend that should have been a nationwide celebration of the game's growth. Instead, what did we get? Ticket prices in free fall, fans pulling out, players lashing out on social media, a commissioner dancing in the background while the house burned down, and zero accountability for sidelining the very player who built this moment. That's not growth. That's a PR disaster wearing glitter and pretending it's confetti. So here's the real question. Is this a professional sports league, or is it still being run like a side project? Because real leagues, serious leagues, know how to protect their stars. They know how to manage the heat. They don't fall apart because one player sits out. They adjust. They step up. They protect the product at all costs. The WNBA wants the spotlight, and it deserves it. But with that spotlight comes responsibility. And if fans are tired of the mixed messages, the double standards, and the leadership that folds under pressure, then let it be known.